Hey everybody, welcome to Monday night stream, technically Tuesday morning, if there's anybody still up. Yeah, I don't expect too many people to be awake. It is late, it's not the weekend. Oh, but we have a few people already on. How's it going, guys? I told you I would do these more often now. Would have started a little bit earlier, but I've been editing a video all night. So I got editing it a little bit late today because I filmed it all day. So the video is my day today. The original plan was to put up a video that I had been editing that I shot a week ago, which is half edited already, and I decided to scrap that for now and go out and about and do a few things and edit this video. So it's finally done. It's ready to go, but I feel like it's too late to post it, so I think I'm gonna premiere it tomorrow instead. You like the flannel? Yeah, I've got a bunch of old flannels in my closet. I decided just to pull them out and throw them on. How's everyone doing? Good. Cool. So what's up? You got a hold of your sister about your mom and her memory care. It's on lockdown for 4 to 6 weeks. Memory care. Hi Linda, hi Trini, hi Plant Power. Thank you for commenting on the flannel. So I'm excited to watch the new video. I'm always excited to put a new video out, and just knowing that it's ready to go but not being able to put it up is like, oh, I want to get it out there, but always working on a new video here. Hi Lindsay. You guys like this? You like the late night chats? Oh, I wish it wasn't so late though. I tried to get that video done. Hey Taylor. So we have a few people watching, and obviously we'll do our normal Wednesday unless something happens, obviously. Found some bananas at Walmart. Yeah, I found some bananas there too a couple nights ago. They have bananas. So I did another video out at some different stores and a couple surprises in there, and yeah. Zombie therapy. Yeah. Zombie therapy after midnight. We'll try to do this. Everybody here is sleeping, so I'll try to have a nice, soft voice here. Hey, Janelle, Robert. Late nights with the vegan zombie. Yeah, there you go. Late night. I'm gonna change the title. Late night with the vegan zombie. There you go. There's the new title. Should save, and that's what we're gonna do. Late night with the vegan zombie. I'll have to number them all. Didn't know Beyond made pizza. I didn't know that either, so that must be new. Here's the thing. I bet you, well, I don't bet you, I know that a lot of these companies had new things to showcase at the expo, which was supposed to be last week actually, and it got canceled. So now they have all these new announcements that they were going to show everybody, where we would have posted about it, done videos about it, but it never happened. So, and now they've canceled it all together, the one that they were supposed to postpone, and it's just going to be Expo East. So, I think there's a lot of companies out there that have new products that I would have loved to have seen firsthand and talked to them and got some testimony about it. But, you know, hey, things happen. Luckily, Sprouts and Trader Joe's say they are restocking tomorrow and Wednesday. Marvelous. I have a video about that. Where is Josh sleeping? No, he's not working tonight. He's actually in his bedroom. I'm too early tonight. This is late, though. This is late. Hey, Deneen. Beyond Pizza. I had some pizza today, actually. So, like, I want to update you guys now, but, like, I did all the updates I want to say in the video. So I want to wait for that video before I can tell you guys all the new news. It's like every single day there's something new. Vegan Police got some toilet paper. That's awesome. I haven't seen any toilet paper, and I've been to like 8 or 9 different stores in the last few days. Nothing but space. Sweet Earth Pizza is pretty good. I think they use a Good Planet cheese. Took everything not to buy it. You were compelled to do it, right? Aren't you normally later? No. I normally stream. Well, I've been streaming until the wee hours of the morning, but, you know, starting, it's pretty late, so. Walmart was stocking up. Yeah. Yeah, I just posted my Walmart video. It's actually, it's doing pretty well. I think a lot of people are just in awe of what's going on. Is Daya Pizza good? It's okay. If I was gonna the Daya ones, I like the margarita and the pepperoni. I don't really like the other ones. My favorite box pizza is the Margarita Amy's pizza. It's so good. Home Depot had it. Okay. Yeah, I almost went there today, but I went to like 3 different stores today and a restaurant, 2 restaurants. And you're going to all see it tomorrow because I'm going to premiere the video. I'm not sure when I'm going to premiere it. It's done, it's edited, it's rendered, it's ready to go. I got a thumbnail for it. I guess I could show you the thumbnail. A sneak peek for all of you that are watching my stream. I'll show you the thumbnail. But the video, we'll have to premiere it tomorrow. You guys can tell me what you think of the thumbnail. Get back up here. All right, here we go. Thumbnail, let's move it over. There we go. Thumbnail Chris. All right, sneak peek. There you go. Oh my God, in your face. What's wrong with my face? Yeah, that Amy's pizza, so good. Yeah, everywhere I've gone, all the meat's gone. It's like, do people realize that it's a good possibility that this is coming from meat that people are eating? Yeah, they're buying all the meat. And the other thing, which you'll see in my video, is that aisles and aisles are cleared out of everything except for vegan things. It's like they skipped over the vegan things. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, you're buying the wrong. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'll take the vegan stuff. That's what I came for. But the fact that everything else is gone, it's like, okay, exactly like my movie. Okay, we're the vegans. We're one step ahead. We're the survivors. We're the ones that are going to make it. You guys are not buying anything that is going to even remotely protect your immune system. You guys are just weakening it, and you're leaving all this pretty much vegan gold behind. Not cool, but cool thumbnail. Not cool, but cool thumbnail. Part-time stalker. This is the target. This is the target I used to work at, but I wasn't a stalker. I was loss prevention. You wore black gloves yesterday. Well, I wore blue gloves today. Will 50% rubbing alcohol kill the virus, or does it need to be higher? I've heard that it needs to be 60 or 70% alcohol to do it. So you might want to go for a little bit higher than that. So I haven't been to Whole Foods. Too far away from me. Why are people asking for meat, eggs, and milk? Those are the things that are going to spoil and go bad and not very good for your immune system, especially the dairy. Freezing milk. Ugh. They don't know. They don't know. They were born into a society that taught them differently. The same society I was born into, and probably most of us. Oh wait, so you work at Spectrum and they're giving non-existing HSD customers internet for free for 60 days to help families who can't afford internet during this. And I got so many calls about existing customers. Let me guess, the existing customers are trying to get 2 months free from what they already have. Also, can you tell us anything about the internet during this time? Is it going to stay up? See, here's what I'm wondering. Let me just try to go through. Oh, they expect a handout. Sorry, I'm like a little bit behind on the comments here. I'm trying to read them all. Wait, who stole stuff at Target? What is HEB? I keep hearing about HEB. I've been to Kroger. Tasha says 15 days vegan. Congrats, you can do it. You're going to survive this. And Tacoma, Washington, we are on lockdown and it's getting harder, but I'm staying strong. So you're going to find all the you're going to learn to cook some good vegan food on lockdown. Some guys here stole sterilizer from the Children's Cancer Hospital. Not cool. 91% or higher to kill the virus. So is that a fact? Because that kind of... So most hand sanitizers probably won't work then, if that's the case. Because I don't think... Okay, so I'm gonna divulge a few things that I say in my video, but I just feel like, why not? There's 50 people watching. People will still watch the video anyway, right? So today was a little bit weird. We did a lot. Me and Josh did a lot, and you'll see that all in the video. And like I said, I was editing my other video that I'm also excited to show you guys. It's nothing like this. It was filmed like a week or two ago before all this happened here. And I just decided, hey, we're putting this aside and we're doing this today. So we went to a few places, but the main thing that's just making things weird here, it's just like this very, very ominous feeling, just vibe. So there's 2 confirmed cases now here in where I live, Onondaga County, and from what I heard through some inside sources, that they think that the woman, she's an elderly woman. When I say elderly, she's like my mom's age, so not like real old, but older than me. And her and her husband both got confirmed the C virus, and she said she didn't really socialize with anybody. She went to Walmart. That they think that she got it from Walmart, and they're saying now there's different things that people are saying about this, so I don't know for sure. Some people in the expert field, but it's not fact checked, so I don't know, but some people are saying that this virus can live on a surface area, outside a body for, some people are saying like a couple hours, some people are saying a couple days, and then somebody else said, a credible source said 9 days. I don't know exactly which one of those are true, but if that is the case, I mean, think about it. Somebody has it, doesn't know it, works at a store like Walmart or any store, and is stocking shelves, all these products that they're coming into contact with. And then other people are coming in and buying these products, and now they're being exposed to it. In fact, Josh and I got coughed on today, so good thing you guys can't catch anything through the internet. So it was a really weird day, weird vibe, not many people on the road, not many people out at all. Mark says all I cooked so far was pasta. Hey, nothing wrong with pasta. I actually had a bowl of cereal. Right? I didn't do any cooking today. I've been working and trying to get this done, and just grabbed a bowl of cereal real quick before I started this live stream. So you have to clean bathrooms for your job. Is that safe? As long as you're wearing, like, you got cleaning stuff, you got your gloves on, just be careful. I mean, one of my first jobs, I had to do that, so I know where you're at there. Watch this virus target heme iron only. Hey, that could be. We don't know any vegans right now, right? That have it. In fact, I don't know anyone that has it. Who coughed on us? You'll see. You'll see in the video. It was a little kid. He was about 11 or 12. Coughed right on us. But it's funny, like in the stores, there was the other lady that coughed and she didn't cover her mouth, and everybody just turned around, including us, and walked the other way. Today you tried the silk. Oh yeah, it's funny you say that because it's in my video for tomorrow. The Oatly is really good, but still Oatly is a little bit better for me. You want me to let you know if you find? I'm not really looking for toilet paper. If I do find it, I might buy one package. We have one here that Josh bought probably a month ago. So, it might be nice to buy one more, but I'm not like, if I find one, I find one, but I haven't found one. It can travel 6 feet. Yeah, and we were within 6 feet. We were walking out of the store. It's on video. It's on video, him coughing on us. This video is a little bit longer than most of my videos too. I hope you guys don't mind. It's almost like 20 minutes long. Here it is right there. It is 20. Ooh, it's 21 minutes. Sorry. It's a little bit longer than I thought. But giving you guys some updates along with a little bit of vegan zombie humor to take the ease, put a little bit of ease on everybody's mind at the same time. So yeah, I don't know. They're closing all the gyms. They're closing restaurants. They're closing a lot of things. They've closed schools already. It's just unprecedented. It's crazy. The longer vids are great at a time like this. Well, you got it. I've been normally doing 2 videos a week, and I've already done 1, 2, 3 already this week, and it's only Monday. You want to try? So I normally get the white card only, but it was out. You saw the Wegmans one. I had to get the other one, which, by the way, is really good. Yeah, everybody's closing everything. Everything's mandated. Schools closed down, and then Oklahoma too. Oh, well, there you go. Linda, it's finally happening over in Oklahoma. In the middle. Oh yeah, I would expect that the hair salons and nail salons or nails are also closed because a lot of contact and everything, and it can get it, you can get it easier by having long hair and everything. So when I went out today, I put my hair up in my beanie, as you can see in that thumbnail picture over there. My hair is not down. I was completely covered except for my face. My hands were covered, everything. Yeah, I still got coughed on. DeWitt Wegmans is wild. Dude, all the Wegmans are pretty crazy in the day. In nighttime, well, they're closing early now. It's crazy. Every store I went to today was like out of everything. It's nuts. But that's not to say if you were, legit had nothing at home to eat. You could obviously go to any of these stores and pick up different things and still have food because it's very sparse, but there's little things here and there. So you're not going to starve, but yeah, for the most part, everything's gone. You've never seen stores like that before. We hit up BJ's today too. Man, I'm really giving up at everything in the video, aren't I? My job has not closed down. I don't think that they're going to close down YouTube anytime soon, which is good because we can work from home. Even if I can't go out, like if I need to, I'll use my shirt sleeve or something like that. Hello, Night Owls. Hello, good morning over there, Sandra. A lot of people's jobs are being canceled, or people are working from home. I'm always working from home, except for when I'm out on location. But I was out all day today. That's why the video is not up, because I didn't start editing until like 8 at night, 8 or 9. So I haven't talked to anybody today except for Josh. We're practicing extreme social distancing. Yes, we are. But we can still come together like this and we can talk amongst us. We couldn't really do this back in the day, Not when I was growing up. What else can I say? I don't know. It just looks like, I think it's definitely it's going to get worse before it gets better. There's a lot of I guess the confirmed cases, they're going up like crazy. Um, from the last time I showed you guys that little statistic thing, well, it was like 127,000 confirmed cases, and now there's like 180 something thousand just in a couple days. Here in New York, there's like 700 or 800 confirmed. Like I said, there's 2 right here in the county I live in that was just confirmed today for the first time, which means there's definitely going to be more. The other people definitely have it that don't know they have it, and will get it. So, this thing spreads crazy exponentially. So when a couple people have it, there's always a bunch of other people that don't know they have it that have it. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Schools are teaching kids from home. Yep. Well, how are they teaching, like, how can they expect, kids in like elementary school to have laptops and all that? But, college is being taught remotely right now. But I didn't know that about the just regular schools. Well, Cynthia says it has been mentioned that the heat will slow it down. It's warm, but there's a cold front coming in a couple of days. I don't know if that's accurate. I saw there's this one guy that I watch. He's like an expert on this, and he's doing updates every single day. And he shows some statistics from like Indonesia during really hot time, and it was increasing. So in that case, uh, it wasn't that the heat wasn't slowing it down, but he did mention, like, is this accurate? Was the increase because everybody was working from within an air conditioned facility or something like that? Like, there's a lot of factors that go into this. You really got to do some critical thinking about it. Your girlfriend is at SU and she's online for the rest of the year. Crazy. I was up. Everybody's mentioning everything that's in my video today. I was up at SU today. Cat, have a good night. Is Cat leaving? I must have. There we go. Signing off. To watch Mr. Nobody. Okay. Can't get enough Jared Leto. I did see that. He. Yeah. I won't give it away. Have fun. Have a good night, Cat. The end of the school year. Yeah, it's crazy. All these things that have never happened are happening now. It's like like the test can give a false positive. Yeah, I think there's a lot of questions. What do I think about a possible quarantine? I think it's inevitable. It's the one way to, like, stop it. If people are quarantined, it can't spread. If it can't spread, it goes away. So I think that's what the whole what this is about, is people being urged, everything being canceled or closed, and urged not to have big public gatherings. And like I said, the gyms are closed, movie theaters are closed, restaurants are closing, schools are closing. These are all things where people come together and have contact with each other. So you get rid of all that, and there's not really anywhere for it to go. It dies out. And that's, again, the reason why people are going to the store and urged to buy a certain amount of food so they can stay home and they don't need to come back out. If you have everything you need at home, you don't need to keep leaving your house, and then that limits the transmission. But coming to a complete quarantine, that begs some different questions too. Like, obviously not everybody's going to want to do it, and there's going to be people that are stubborn and all kinds of different things. And then you start seeing things like I saw yesterday in my friend's post, where you see like military vehicles at different locations, different stops and stuff, and you're wondering what's going on here, you know. And you're traveling to Florida. I bet is your flight going to be a cheap flight? Yeah, I mean, I would think, I mean, if I knew anybody having a wedding, I'd be like, you guys are crazy not to cancel. It's going to get worse and worse. I mean, I think any wedding should be postponed, and that sucks, especially when people put a lot of money down and, for different events. I mean, that happened to us with the Airbnb. We still haven't heard back. We still haven't got our money back. It's just greed. So, yeah, I mean, that's stubborn to have a wedding. I understand it's like their big day that they plan, but to have a wedding during all this it's a little bit selfish, because you could potentially put a lot of people at risk. I keep looking in my camera. What is that on my floor? It's my pup laying on the floor. You're seeing lots of crowd gatherings. See, I'm not seeing any of that around here. It's like very ominous. It's like it's a very weird vibe, when normally there'd be a lot of traffic and stuff like that. There's nothing. And you'll see that in my video. I should have just uploaded it early in the morning. Good point there, Robert. Chris, he says, Chris, do you wipe or wash the products you buy at the grocery store before you put them in the fridge or cabinet? I didn't until I listened to my sister today, and she says, because she is being quarantined down where she lives, so she orders her groceries to be delivered, and she said that she wiped them all down with disinfectant before she touched them or anything. So that was what we were trying to do today, was to find some disinfectant wipes. We couldn't find anything. So the answer to that question is I would, but no, I didn't. Oh, I hear you there, Amber. Paying rent, yes. Like, give us a break. I know they're doing that in other countries. I think maybe Italy did that, where they gave everybody relief from paying their mortgage and their rent for a couple months without being negatively affected. St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Right, because isn't today technically St. Patrick's Day, is it? Either way, it was either the 14th or today, and yeah, that's my I was gonna do a video for it, but 30 years vegetarian. 30 years ago I went vegetarian. I should have just been like, this week 30 years ago I went vegetarian. And now you're wondering why everybody's not, but yet all the meat's sold out at the markets. You saw a man run out of the store with a cartload of groceries that didn't pay. See, that's the beginning of looting, you know. That kind of thing happen when there's too much going on and there's too much for authorities to, police and all that. Then you start seeing stuff like that. I mean, it happened after Hurricane Katrina. It got pretty disorderly, and that was a natural disaster. Which technically this is, well, we don't know. A neighbor had an well, this is no time to give an eviction notice, but so I would say that landlord is very similar to the person that took our money for the Airbnb, and no matter what, she doesn't want to give us our money back. And even after it's not Airbnb, it's the VRBO, which is basically the same thing as Airbnb. They urged her to disregard normal policy and return our money. And she said, well, you're strongly urging me, you're not demanding it, so no, I'm not going to give them their money back. I could never do that to somebody, especially in this circumstance. But she did. She took our money. And that was a lot of money, so. Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, people are desperate. I think if everybody just took a deep breath and figured it out. I mean, yeah, I guess the people that didn't have any toilet paper, and now you can't find toilet paper anywhere. So those people are probably freaking out that they don't have toilet paper anymore. But guess what? There's no toilet paper in third world countries every day. So yeah, I think it's just like a wake up call of like how good we have it here, really. But maybe this will make more people be prepared in the future. Like when nobody wanted to listen to me when I, and I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm talking about like friends and family. I've been saying this for a long time. Everybody was like, I'm like, no, I'm serious. They're like, okay, well, did you see this? And they just changed the subject. And I'm like, why are you not listening? And now it's like, well, I told you so. Yeah, it's crazy what people are going for right now. Like nobody would care. Nobody would think twice about toilet paper a month ago. Nobody cared. I have the best flannel shirts. Thank you. Detachable bidets online. Yeah, but so I think this will make more people aware. To have things on hand, to have things where. See, here's the thing: everybody's shopping all at once, and normally people don't all shop at once. People have set schedules. Like some people shop twice a week, some people shop on the weekends, some people shop, once or twice a month. And now everybody is coming and shopping on the same day every day now. So stores are selling out of everything because everybody wants to, they don't know when the next time they're going to be able to go to the store and buy anything. So we went to a few stores today, Walmart the day before that, Wegmans the day before that, and we barely bought anything. But each place we went, we picked up a couple different things, like literally just like a handful of things, and we just added that to the pile. So if I'm going to go somewhere to make a video or something, I'm also going to pick up a few things. That way I'm not going somewhere and cleaning a place out or anything like that. But people are going to remember this, and people are going to change their habits and have more things on hand. I think the majority of the people will. I mean, this pretty much the same thing happened, and I guess in every world war, and also like the the Great Depression. People started saving things, and that generation was saving everything. And then, we're in our generation now where people have pretty much had everything you could think of, like from day one, where they've never had to worry. I mean, they couldn't fathom a world where we couldn't get whatever we wanted at the, drop of a hat. And now here we are, and people are freaking out because, I mean, Amazon isn't coming through on the deliveries. I heard a few people say that. Groceries aren't, easily available like they were. It's a little bit more difficult now. Nobody can find toilet paper anywhere, hand sanitizers, anything like that. So, I think we'll be all right, but it's just, it's more of an effort. You got the last containers of tofu. See, the stores I went to, there was barely any of the vegan stuff was gone. Oh wow, the Wegmans pharmacy had their personal sanitizer stolen. Wow. At Trader Joe's, employees were guarding the milk and eggs. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do any more videos at Trader Joe's. I keep itching my face now, and like I don't want to touch my face, but like I'm fine. I wash my hands. I've been home in my house washing my hands, so I'm totally fine. But I got that mindset where not to touch my face, but I'm just going to touch my face. So this is me touching my face. Linda worries about generalizations. Not everyone is doing everything the same everywhere. That's true. Everybody is doing different things in different places, but there are some things that are pretty common in almost everywhere. So, but I'm wondering why you're worrying about it. As long as you're okay, there's really not anything to really worry about. DC shops once a month. That's cool. Like very zero waste. That's the way to go. You read that someone bought a large amount of sanitizers and are forced to donate them. That sounds kind of weird. First of all, I don't think it's illegal to buy a large amount of sanitizer, although you would probably be looked down upon and frowned upon for doing so. But why would you be forced to donate them? That just doesn't seem legal. Yes, China is at the height of contagion, and they're pretty crippled over there right now. I wouldn't listen to anything that their government is saying, but actual people that have shown what's going on, it's crazy that they still have so many animals that they're cooking up and selling and all kinds. It's crazy. Not everyone is looting and hoarding. I haven't seen anyone looting or hoarding over here on this side either, but I've definitely heard people doing it. I haven't seen anybody doing any looting over here, but when things get bad, just about anywhere, looting will happen. It's just something that happens. No one here is trying to buy meat. Maybe you haven't seen anybody trying to buy meat, but I guarantee people are trying to buy meat, Linda. I don't think there's really any place you can go where people aren't trying to buy meat. at least here in this country. Two brothers in Tennessee, they bought 17,000 price group. So they were trying to make money on this whole thing, and they were doing it the wrong way. If you want to try to make money on this whole thing, buy some stock in toilet paper or something like that. See, that's wrong. When you try to sell like a $2 item for $70, karma's going to get you. Okay, so no price gouging. So what he did was illegal. So what he was doing was he was price gouging. Got it. Is using too much hand sanitizer mess with your microbiome? See, I was always told that, and I'm not the kind of person that uses hand sanitizer. I never liked it, and it was only a very rare. I've only used it probably less than 10 times in my entire life. But yeah, like I've heard that the more you wash like that, it can make you less resistant to the things you're trying to get rid of. I have heard that before, but I don't know if that's true or not. Vegan Police had to pop out for a minute. I guess apology accepted. Oh, okay. So he donated after. Got it. You mean no one in the chat? You mean no one what in the chat? Sorry guys, I'm like a little behind on these comments, trying to read them all here. He bought what? Is that 100,000? Let me see. Where's the zeros? No, 1 million, and tried reselling at a very. You gotta put those commas in there. I'm like trying to read all the zeros here. Yeah, we got 1 million, and he tried selling at a very large price. So he tried to make a quick surplus on that. I mean, he would have made $1 million if he just raised the price by $1, you know? But he tried to raise it by what, 60 or 70? I mean, greed, come on. Yeah, nobody should be price gouging, especially in a time like this where people need stuff. I've never bought hand sanitizer. I got a few of them from like expos that I went to, like Dr. Bronner's and I showed you one that I had in like my bug out bag and stuff like that. So in emergency situations, yeah. And I guess I would consider this an emergency situation, bringing some hand sanitizer, with you, even if you don't normally use it like me. And then if you do have to go out, maybe you have to open a door or something like that. Ew. Meat. Yeah, the gym's the other place. Like that, a lot of germs at the gym. That's for sure. When we were leaving Target today, there was hand sanitizer. The girl at the cashier had some hand sanitizer, and Josh said, "Hey, could I have a squirt of that?" And she, sure, she put it on the counter, and he's like, he put his hand under there, and he's like, "Could you squirt it?" He didn't even want to touch it, and she did it, and he's like, "Thanks," Still waiting for the big do-it-yourself toilet paper videos. Here's how to make toilet paper. Yeah, Martin Scarelli would definitely, he did do that. And now he's in prison. Linda says, no one in this chat is trying to buy meat. So not everyone is doing everything the same everywhere. We need to qualify statements, not general. I still don't know what you're talking about there. Who's saying anything about everybody buying meat? If you're talking about what I was saying in the stores about all the meat being gone everywhere, then definitely people are buying the meat. But obviously, I don't think many people in this chat would be buying the meat because most of you probably are vegan or vegetarian or somebody that doesn't really buy too much meat. Although there's the occasional person that's an omnivore that comes here to watch for other reasons. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Oh, you have 3 bottles? Yeah, Dr. Bronner's is, I like their products and stuff, so I grabbed one of those, I think, at the last expo, which would have been the expo that I was at with you. And I think I was with you when we went to Dr. Bronner's, right? We talked to their sales rep lady. Yeah, I think that was it. Sorry if I missed anybody's questions here. I'm trying to keep up at 3 in the morning. Hey, Wahida. So is it Wahida or Wajida? I'm totally with you, Marvel. I don't like hand sanitizer. I'd rather wash my hands. Same. So I've always heard from when hand sanitizer first came out, we're going back a little bit. When the hand sanitizer first came out, people were saying, or experts were saying that, it could, it actually collects more germs because once you put it on your hand, it might kill the germs that are already there, but it creates a surface area that collects more germs. So once I heard that, being a germ freak, I never wanted to use hand sanitizer. I guess it's a very rare occasion that I'll use it. Okay, so I bought something today at one of the stores I went to, and I don't know, the guy in front of me was paying with his credit card, and he was touching the screen and everything, and I just, in my head, I'm like, so many germs are on that screen right now, and chances that somebody might be infected that touched that screen, and knowing that it can live on a surface. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pay with cash. Bam. Keep the change. You can keep the receipt. And that's what I did. Paid with cash. I didn't touch that machine. And then I didn't take the change. So I left them with 170. No, just kidding. Only 30 cents or something like that. Vegan Police, I read that article, or one very similar to it, where they said that the prisoners, if it came to it, would be out helping dig graves and stuff. Crazy. Linda, saying that is a generalization, because when I say everywhere, I don't mean literally everywhere. Now you're being pedantic about it. So if you say in everywhere, then I don't mean like here and the small town I grew up in and over there. I just mean generally when a situation like that happens, like in New Orleans, looting happened. During riots, looting happened. Like when things happen that are outside the control of the authorities, looting seems to happen. That is generally what happens throughout history when there's a disaster of sorts or something. Looting happens no matter what, in different areas, So by this happening, I'm saying looting happens in this country and other countries when we're under this kind of stress of an event like this. Yeah, looting is going to happen. That doesn't mean I'm saying literally it's going to happen in the playground by your house and the market down the street from you, and then 10 miles and 20 miles and 50 miles and 2 states over. But yeah, we're going to see looting happen. It's already happening. I think you're taking this too literal. You're taking it too. Yeah, money is definitely dirty. But it was already in my wallet for a good. I don't usually use cash. I just have a little extra cash in my wallet, and it was probably in there for at least, I don't know, a couple months. So I could say that there's probably no infection on that money. Wear surgical gloves. Bam. Already got there. Surgical gloves. Yeah, somebody in the comments said there was looting someplace where they lived, and I said I wasn't surprised. Somebody ran off with a cartload of groceries. The Last Man on Earth is a TV show that is about a virus that killed everyone in 2020. And Dean Koontz predicted this in 1981 in his book to the T. That makes me feel like he's a time traveler, because he said that in 2020 there's going to be a pneumonia-like virus that is going to cripple people, and it's going to go away as fast as it came, and it's called Wuhan 400. He said that in 1981, and he's got to be a time traveler. He's got to be a time traveler that traveled back into the late 70s or whatever, and then he was trapped here. So he figured, well, if I'm trapped here on this day, then I'm going to make some money. Let's write a book, and I'll just write the truth. And people will be like, oh, well, that's amazing, that's fiction. And but now I kind of want to read all of his books to see what else is going to happen. I heard Sylvia Browne got that from him, because Sylvia Browne predicted it in 2008. He predicted it in 1981. So it sounds like she read his book and basically ripped him off. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Keanu Reeves doesn't age, does he? No, but for real, that's crazy for somebody to predict that so accurately, all the way down to Wuhan, like 40 years ago. That's the best comment of the night. Wahida says, I'm just waiting for all this to blow over so I can enjoy my nooch in peace. How does the book end? You don't want to know. No. It goes away as fast as it came, disappears as fast as it came, and then it comes back 10 years later. But I didn't read the book. So, but everybody was sharing that page from the book. I shared it last night, actually. I took a screenshot of it. Do you want me to read it again? For those of you that missed it last night? I will. Here it is. All right. There it is. Okay. If you need to screenshot that later on, it says, in around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will randomly vanish and quickly as it arrived, attack again 10 years later, and then disappear completely. And then on the next page it says they call the stuff Wuhan 400. Crazy. 1981. Where's Lestat when we need him? I heard that too, Trini, that Sylvia Brown would tell everybody that the kids were dead, but then they'd find them later on. Didn't they do that with, what was her name, Amy Smart? They said that she was dead and then they found her. Money. You're right, though. It's not very porous. Jennifer says, originally the virus in Dean Koontz book was called Gorky 400. In 1989, it was changed to Wuhan 400 to reflect the end of the Cold War. So Gorky would allude to, they're talking about what, Gorky Park from Russia, to reflect the end of the Cold War. So they might have changed it because of the time with Russia and Soviet Union and Cold War. But Wuhan was the original. Wow. Oh no, originally. Okay, so then they changed it to Wuhan. Okay. But still. Wait, who's going to break somebody's car window? What are we talking about now? I missed it. Yeah, definitely a crazy coincidence. 3 women held captive for 10 years. Who are we talking about? Oh, let me scroll up. Oh. Kind of see the pup in the background? He's immune to that Wuhan 400. Piper says, hey, did I miss much? Well, yeah, kind of. We talked about an hour's worth of stuff, so You missed an hour's worth of stuff. But you can always catch up on it later if you really want. But, we can talk about more stuff now that you're here. Yeah. Some people just, some people never get surprised at things like that. But it's like, what can we even do about it? Like, you hear it, it's crazy coincidence. How can somebody do that? How can somebody predict that to the exact year? 40 years ago? It's crazy. But what can you do about it, The mass vegetable buying, it's got to target heme iron. Well, in the stores I went to, all the vegan stuff is left. Coincidence, synchronicity, not a coincidence, on purpose maybe, time travel. I don't know. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's like, you know what? There's probably such thing as time travel, or maybe extraterrestrial life. I don't know. Something that, how do you explain that? If I'm the one that wrote that book and I wasn't a time traveler and I wasn't in on it with other people, you can bet that the feds would be all at my house right now. I probably wouldn't be here right now. Yeah, flour was gone everywhere I went to, except for the really expensive flour. Stephen Hawking died 2 years ago. What was it? He's supposed to be a time traveler too? He might be. His consciousness might be in the future. Yeah, there was a lot. In the video you'll see that I post tomorrow, you'll see a lot of that. A lot of vegan stuff was left behind, and everybody bought the meat and the dairy, everything that wasn't vegan, and they left the vegan stuff behind. They're buying the wrong stuff. But I'm glad there was stuff that I could still purchase, Yeah, that's kind of funny too, that the coronavirus equals the carnivorous. It's all the same letters. Carnivorous, coronavirus. Good deal. Oat milk and mock meats. I actually grabbed one of the Trader Joe's vegan mac today. Never had it before, so I wanted to check it out. You're going to start taking your vitamins from Expo? Maybe the gray aliens are us in the future. Honestly, that's what I believe. I believe that if there are aliens out there, then it's humans. From what the depiction of an alien looks like, for the stereotypical alien, it would look like a human after another how many thousands of years of evolution of how we came from ape-like to what we are now, standing with very little hair, bigger heads, bigger eyes, lighter skin, and you just keep evolving into no hair at all, big eyes, bigger head. Because when you think about it, the evolution is like, when you don't use your brain as much, you gotta do things more physically. But then when you use your brain more, you can not do those physical things anymore because you can invent things to do everything for you, transportation, everything. So, you start evolving even more and more till you, the stereotypical alien, very little muscle mass, very thin, slender, big head, big eyes, no hair, taller, and there you go. It's us from the future coming back in time to make sure we don't wipe out our existence. I don't know. Just a thought, just a theory. Expo closed. She was talking about the expo we went to last year, Expo East. She was at the same expo as me. We were both at the same expo. I was the same expo as her because she lives down there. You know what I liked? Not everybody likes the movie, but I love the Alien series. But Prometheus, the way they explained it there was pretty amazing. The one alien, which was humans, way in the future, had come down to the planet. Actually, I think that was way in the past, but they evolved also in the future. Oh man, it's hard to explain, but they came down and they put their organic matter on planet Earth, and they were the ones that put the DNA code of life here on Earth. And I don't know, it was just really cool. I liked it. I liked the movie. Did I finally find Flower? You'll have to wait and see, and the video from that I edited that will be up tomorrow. You'll have to wait and see for tomorrow. I do have a couple bags of flour that I already had, just because I used to buy a lot of flour just because I made a lot of sourdough bread. So I'm always, because I have to feed my starter every day, you know, and I would buy a lot of flour to make bread. But I hadn't gone and restocked on any before this all happened, which is fine, I guess. I mean, I have a couple loaves of bread that I put in the refrigerator just in case. So, yeah, you'll have to find out from the video that I post, because we do touch upon that. So I feel if I tell you right now, then I'm telling you guys way too much that's in the video, and there's no reason to watch the video anymore. Although you guys would probably watch it anyway, right? Right. Sounds like we were all Martians. That's another, because if you look at Mars was a lot like Earth, and it had trails of like water erosion, and it looked like it could have sustained life at one point. They used all the resources, the atmosphere eroded, they have to go to the next place to live. A very advanced civilization, advanced intellectual being, which are Martians, and they went to the next place that could harbor life, Earth. They made their way to Earth, and that explains us. So technically, we're from Mars, but we're here on Earth because they put us here. Millions of years ago, probably. I mean, who knows? But that's more, to me, that's more scientifically sound than some of these other theories that people have. Thanks for the update and video at the stores. Above was a typo. Oh, wait, I must have missed it. I didn't see what you wrote above. The Borg exists. I tried the elderberry last week. I put some in my nostrils. I mean, I do have a little bit, like I have little bags of different things. So I think I have some oat flour, which I really like. I have some rice flour and some other things. I have some whole wheat flour, and then I have a little bit of bread flour. Yep, but I can't find any more flour is what the problem is. Wait, what was that? Oh, thanks, Candace. We're the Mars prison colony. Now I want to go watch Prometheus, Alien. Ooh, tangerine trees. That sounds good. I love tangerines. Yeah, Prometheus. Yeah, I watched it a few times because of there's a lot of foreshadowing, and then it's cool because Alien was made what 40 years ago, and some of the scenes in there are supposed to be way after Prometheus, like the big ship that had fallen and everything. It's all in there. It's crazy. But yeah, I watched Martians took control. Oh, you're right. I'm not even thinking about that. Just like they did to Art Bell. Okay, so what was I saying here? We're back to. Oh yeah, who was I with? I was with. Was I with John? I went to see Prometheus with a few people, and John might have been there. Maybe it was John that asked me the question. So we get to the end of Prometheus, and John's like looking at me like, he's like, I think it was John. If it wasn't John, then I'm sorry, but I think it was John. And he looked at me and he's like, do you think they can get in trouble for this movie? He's like, they really copied Alien, kind of. They're copying Alien, kind of. I'm like, I looked at him, and I was like, well, you do know who made this movie, right? It was Ridley Scott movie. He also made Alien. This is part of the Alien saga. And he's like, oh. Anyway, it had to have been funnier when it happened, but you just got an ad? I have no idea how that happened. Maybe because we got disconnected? I don't know. I didn't insert an ad into this. I don't do that. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna click this button, and if it gives you guys an ad, don't hate me. I just want to see if it works. I've never seen this before. Ready? Here we go. Play an ad. Based on complex criteria, some of your viewers will see an ad. Keep on streaming. That's so weird. Okay, I just played an ad. I didn't know I could ever do that. Nope. Okay, so it says some people will get an ad and some people won't. So some of you did not get an ad. Nothing. So the ones that aren't saying anything yet, they're probably, oh, we got an ad popped up. So some of you got an ad, some of you got no ad. Whatever. It's like I clicked that, I'm like, oh, I just made 3 cents. I'll just keep doing that. No, just kidding. I won't do that. I usually put the ads in after the stream is done. I'll go back and I'll section it off, put some ads in there, and let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You're lucky if it's 3 cents. Yeah, I know. Seriously. I'm wondering, just out of curiosity, let's see. Analytics. I'm just wondering how much a video makes on analytics on one of these live streams. Probably not much at all. Wednesday live stream. Estimated revenue. Yes, I'm rich. Awesome. Guess how much I made okay, this is the one that I did on. Oh wait, no, that's not. That's a. Where's the most recent one? Hold on, let me figure this out real quick. Videos. Oh, I can't look at the videos that are live stream. That's what I'm trying to find. Anyway, I don't know why it's making. I'll do it another. We don't need to do it right now. $4. Nope. Oh my God, $3,000. That'd be awesome. I made $6.54. Woo! And that was on the video I did last week with let me find out how long ago I did it. It was like a week ago. Actually, it was like more than a week ago. It was the one right here. The one that I did with Josh, stories about growing up in the 80s and 90s, live. $6. Nice. Wahida was so close. Yeah, wait, you said how much? Yeah, I know. I try not to spend that all in one place, but then I end up doing so. Enough for a side at Strong Hearts, yeah. Yep. I could probably get some of the those noodles, Thai peanut noodles. Oh, 45 cents, yeah. Well, some of them were a little bit higher because, oh, you know what? You know why? I probably got a super chat. That's probably why. There was a super chat last week. Somebody, how am I awake right now? I have a different sleep schedule than most. I go to sleep and I wake up at around. Lately, I've been waking up. It's all different. Like if I usually get 7 or 8 hours of sleep. So whenever I go to sleep, I'll wake up 7 or 8 hours later, so I get enough sleep, and then I'm up for the day, and I just do my work then, and I go a little bit later at night than most people will. So I had a long day today. I shot video all day, and then as soon as I got home, I started editing the video. I even think I fell asleep here editing a video like this for about 15 minutes, and then I opened my eyes. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? I got to finish this video. And then I finished the video, but it was too late to upload it, so I decided to come on here live and talk with you guys, because your feedback is telling me that you like doing these, especially with everything that's going on. We can come together, talk about things that are going on, especially for, I don't know, if I can help somebody that might be feeling like anxiety or what's going on, and we can kind of get together like this, because we're not supposed to be out there socializing right now, so we're socializing right here where it's safe. In my head, it's like we're in the zombie apocalypse, so I've always been there anyway. So for me, it's just like implementing everything that I said I would do, minus hunting down zombies and stuff. But other than that, like doing everything else, we're gonna survive. We're gonna get through this. When I go out to get stuff, I'm like, all right, I'm going out to get my provisions. We're gonna stock up, and then I go out there and we buy some olives and bread and some Oatly, and we're like, all right, we're good for another couple days. And then we come back here. So, but again, maybe I'll do, because there's going to be a time when I'm not going to be able to keep going out. So I keep going out every day to these different stores just to see what they have. But I know there's a point when I should probably stop doing that. So what am I going to do at that point? Maybe a video of me going stir crazy. No, maybe I'll do a video where I show you guys, my pantry and what I have stocked up already, way before this ever happened. So. You told your son about me today, and he was like, no way, crazy. Awesome. You did wrong writing, so you removed it. I didn't even see it. Definitely night owls. We're all night owls. Well, not all of us, because I think, I don't know if Sandra's still here, but Sandra is in another country, and it's morning over there. Zeke, what are you doing? About how I'm prepared. Okay, yeah, I'll do another one like that. I did one a couple weeks ago before this all came about. I knew what was about to happen, so I did the coronavirus video where I talked about it in general, and I showed you guys like my bug out bag and some things to do to just to be prepared. But maybe I'll do another preparedness video, which I kind of already been doing, going to Wegmans and Walmart, and then the video I'm going to show you guys tomorrow, it's basically me actually doing it. Like, these are like very live, real vlogs that I'm doing, where normally I'm setting things up to make a certain kind of video. This is just basically my phone following, holding my phone as I'm out there about doing what I've done all day. So you get to see it live in the most raw, genuine. DC Marvel is in LA. I should technically be in LA right now, and my flight home was going to be tomorrow night. Well, the 17th. Today's technically the 17th, but late at night, and I'd be home technically on the 18th, early in the morning. But I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks. So just imagine that, like all this time I would have normally been in California, probably doing videos with Cesar and everybody. But here I am out here doing videos here, which I would normally do anyway. Just pulling these last videos I did up really quick. Okay, here we are. So lately my videos weren't really doing that well, but these last two videos I did, they actually did pretty well. I don't know if that's because more people are inside. I don't know if it's because of the theme of what's going on and people are just trying to figure it out. So I don't know, but I know that people like these videos. They're helpful, so I'm going to continue to do them as much as I can, and just upload videos a lot more often than 2 days a week. So I think we can do that. I think I can do the lives over here and continue to do those. Yeah. I think, well, from all the stuff that's happening, it's it's affecting a lot of businesses too. Oh, Tracy, the chocolate Oatly is really good, but I try to stick with the original. But if you're looking for a chocolatey milk, chocolate Oatly. Martino is in the same country, Netherlands. So what time is it over there, Martino? Delicious beans. We actually have a video on delicious beans. You need recipes more than ever. Well, guess what? I have a ton of recipes on my channel. So many. We have 11 years worth of recipes. If I went through and I counted, there's hundreds of recipes. So just go through all those old videos and check it out. Some of those old videos are really fun too. Let's see. Wow, I'm kind of far back here, guys. Trying to skim through these comments real quick. Oh yeah, it is. It's St. Patrick's Day. They canceled the St. Patrick's Day parade everywhere in the area too. St. Patrick's Day and my 30-year vegetarian anniversary. It's weird saying that because I'm not a vegetarian. I'm a vegan, but oh wow, Regina, yeah. Regina says as a Lyft driver, I'll tell you it's crazy out here. I have some stories really apocalyptic. You would have a very interesting stream just sitting here all day and telling stories about your Lyft travels. I have a friend that does that, and every once in a while, she'll tell me a story or two about people she's picked up. You just heard a dinging sound but no disconnect. I don't know. This is crazy. It's 82 people watching are usually about how many people watch during the midday when I do it on a Wednesday. And right now it's 3:40 in the morning. We got 82 people watching here. But I will have that video up tomorrow. It's all ready to go, but I just feel like if I posted it now, most people are sleeping, and the algorithm with YouTube will be like, well, nobody's watching it. Let's just put this in the back burner in the trash can. Nobody will watch it. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, and I'll do a premiere. When I'm done with this, I'll schedule it to go up tomorrow and premiere it. Hopefully, well, if I premiere it, then that means I got to be up for it too. I was gonna say let's do it early in the morning, but I'm probably gonna want to sleep, so let's do it in the afternoon. And then I'll be on the premiere. Unless you guys don't care, you guys can just hang out on the premiere without me. But I kind of want to watch it straight through because I haven't watched it yet. Would I have hung out with Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan? When I go to the expo, I usually hang out with Ange and Ryan. Yeah. They were on my channel a few times, and I was on their channel. They're really cool. I like them. Yeah, Cynthia, they said the virus came through, from animals, but they weren't very specific on how it happened, and there's a little doubt to it too. So from that being said, just right off the bat, you'd be wondering why all these people are going to the grocery stores and buying all of the meat, all of the dairy, and leaving all the vegan products behind. It's like, yeah, these people aren't too smart. Like, why doesn't everybody just get the hint that, if this is the case, then stop eating meat? Now I have a different theory of what happened. And I'm not telling people it didn't come from the meat, because obviously I'd like to believe that, just so as a vegan, get people to stop eating that meat. It's unnecessary, and if it's giving disease, which certain things do give you disease. Honestly, I think it sounds more like it was bioengineered and it got loose, and this was, whether it was intentional or not, I don't know, but this sounds like it was bioengineered. I think that's more plausible than we got it through this, I just don't buy that. "28 days." Sounds like the movie. Yeah, Regina, you should totally do that. I don't know if you have a channel or not, but if you do, you should do a stream and tell those stories. Because when I get talking about stories and stuff, it's just one after another, and it just all of a sudden the time goes by, and yeah. So if you don't have a channel, you should start one. Just be like, call it something, lift drive, lift confessions. I don't know. They probably already have that, but bioweapon testing, same thing. Bioengineered. It means they made it. They took in a science lab. They made it for a weapon, for a biological weapon, for whatever reason they did it. But you start talking about that and you get people worried, and then people start, calling conspiracy, and then other people think you're nuts. People think you're crazy, but it's not far-fetched. And there's a lot of I don't want people to fear or anything, but if you really look into it, there's a lot to it. There's a trail to Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to this. And he just funded a series on Netflix called Pandemic that came out about a month before this happened. He just stepped down from Microsoft a couple days ago. There's a lot to this, and it makes you wonder, like, what's really going on. You can watch that Pandemic. It's a pretty good series, but like, why does this come out right before this comes out? Why does this series that they talk about everything that's happening now, why is this released right when this happened? There's a lot of questions there. So we could do conspiracies at night, conspiracies with a vegan zombie. I mean that was my thing when I was like 18, 19 years old. I was like, every conspiracy I was like looking into. And it was a lot harder back then because I didn't have the internet to look into. I was, reading books. Yeah. Yeah, the 1918 pandemic. So a lot of people don't know this, but like upwards of 50 million people died from it. And they were talking about that. And back then, people weren't flying into cities on planes and stuff like that. And they weren't traveling like they do today from country to country like that, like they do today. And still, 50 million people globally died of it. And that was 100 years ago. Yeah, I was the conspiracy aficionado. I had so many that I was like, people thought I was going crazy because I was just like pointing them all out to people. And then I got to the point where like they blew my mind so much, but I would see them all over the place. I would see all these like signs of all these different things that I'm like, did you guys see that synchronicity? Did you understand like how crazy that? And they would look at me like nothing. So finally I got to the point where, when I see something crazy now, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, it's crazy, but what am I going to do? I don't really get too surprised just because I've seen so many that what do you do? Nobody listens to you anyway. So sometimes I don't even mention it. Like, I'll see something crazy and I'll be like, whatever. I should start a second conspiracy channel. Yeah, I would. I kind of already did that a while ago. Maybe I should start streaming on that and just talk about all kinds of conspiracies. And then if you don't like that, you just come to this one and we tone it down a lot. Over that one, it's just anything. I should tell some of these conspiracy. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to have people think I'm crazy. the JFK conspiracy. I mean, you can get pretty deep with that. Do people ever get annoyed with my chill attitude? Not usually. I guess I guess a couple times people have, just because I just basically showed like indifference a lot. I don't really care about too much. Do you think we walked on the moon, or was it a hoax? I've gone back and forth on that one a lot. There's a lot out there, and I think that, yeah, I've really gone back and forth on that one. Do we walk on the moon or not? It's a long answer, but I think that we did. And there's a lot of stuff out there that shows obvious, blatant falsifications. Like there's things that show astronauts that are apparently doing something when they're actually in a water chamber, not on the moon. There's a lot of things that could discredit it, but you got to remember, this is what I heard about this, and this made me think like, okay, maybe I can buy that. Maybe they did. Maybe they did walk on the moon. And there was one thing that had me baffled for a very long time, but you got to remember, when this came out, there had to be a lot of publicity. This was all over the world. Everybody had to know about this. So they had to, put pictures in every magazine and on the TV and everywhere you go. And from what they gathered there, they might not have got enough good footage. So they tried to hype it up with all these other pictures that weren't actually of them on the moon. But that doesn't necessarily discredit that they didn't go to the moon, if you know what I'm saying here. But the one thing that always got me over the years was, and I learned this from astronomy class in University of Florida. My teacher was a retired NASA employee, and I learned a lot about astronomy then. I learned a lot about astronomy growing up because I was always intrigued by it ever since I was a little kid. Under 2, 3, 4 years old, I was always asking questions with my dad, and my dad was really into it as well. He had telescopes when I was little, and we would look at the stars. He would teach me about the stars and the planets and the moon, and we would watch Cosmos and listen to Carl Sagan, and he would teach me things from Carl Sagan's book. That's how I knew what the word Google meant back when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I had all my teachers mad at me because they thought I was making up a word, but in fact I knew the biggest number that anyone could imagine was Google. It was a Google. And I've told you guys that story, but anyways, not to get off point here, what I'm trying to say, what am I trying to say? So the one thing that I learned about astronomy that I just couldn't get past is as far as how did we get to the moon was a thing called the Van Allen belt of high magnetic radiation around the Earth, but not as far away as the moon. And if we were to go through this, we would be hit with so much radiation it would kill us. So how did we get through this to go to the moon and then get through it to come back to Earth? And that's what I always had a problem with, because they said that, I mean, there's a lot. I could go into it forever and ever and ever, but that made me not believe that we went on the moon. But some recent things, like I just explained, makes me think that maybe, so I shifted with like this, like maybe we didn't go to the moon, we definitely didn't go to the moon, and then it kind of went back here. So like I'm not certain, but I think we may have gone to the moon. So And, and I'd also I'd love to believe that we really did this, So, but if we didn't, then everything that we know is pretty much a lie, for good reason, for whatever reason, for money, for control. Yeah, Carl Sagan was amazing. And I mean, I can go. I'm sorry I missed a lot of comments there, but yeah, I heard the whole Kubrick thing too about the moon, and also Kubrick making a movie about the highest Freemasons and Illuminati, and was told not to, and he suddenly died on making the movie Eyes Wide Shut, which was about the Illuminati with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. Billions and billions of stars. He never said that. He never said billions and billions. Everybody else credits him as saying that, but he never said it. But yeah, I could go on and on about that kind of stuff. So you just reminded me. And I had to write this down. You guys want to hear something profound? You guys got to see this video. I'll just kind of sum it up for you real quick. But if anybody else saw this video, you'd be like, what? Let me just try to find it right here. I put it in my notes, and I don't put many things in my notes, but I had to put, this is so profound. Here we go. Okay, so I love knowing things or learning things or just seeing things about the universe, about the star, about the cosmos. And I'm sure, some of you guys have probably done the same, just looking up at the stars and just being like, wow, that light from that star left tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of years ago, even some of them more than that. And I'm looking at it today. And some of these don't even exist anymore, but I'm still seeing the light from it. It's so crazy how far away these stars are, and how vast the universe is. And here we are, we're just like a speck. And you can't even fathom how big the universe is. It's just crazy just to even think about it. But just to know that somewhere out there, there could be another life form, maybe even an advanced life form that's even thinking the same thing. Is there other life out there? Anyway, so I watched a video, and let me know in the comments if anybody saw this video. It's on YouTube. I'd have to find it, but it's the universe sped up, and they speed it up basically. And who knows if this is real or not, but scientists and physicists have formulated and thought this out. But it goes in the future, way in the future, way past us, real fast. It goes, a billion years in the future, 10 billion, 100 billion years in the future, and it's showing everything that is possibly going to happen. I think Earth is gone in 15 billion years, which, by the way, don't worry, that's very long. You can't even fathom that amount of time. But anyway, the Earth has been here for about roughly 5 billion, 4.7 billion, and by then, I used to look at the Cosmos book, which I have over here on the shelf, the original one. Why don't I'll just get it for 1 second here. Let me just grab it. Hold on, guys. Okay, this is the book that I learned that Google from. I believe that this was the Google from. So my dad bought this book when it came out, I believe in 1980 or 1981. And this is where I learned a lot growing up when I was a little kid, because my dad would teach me everything from this. So this means a lot to me, and just smelling it brings back the memory of being a little kid. So obviously as a little kid, I wasn't reading, and I was looking at all the pictures. This was written by Carl Sagan, and my dad gave it to me last year. He even signed it right here, and he wrote something in it, and hold on, I gotta even read what it says. I'm not even gonna cry either. He said, Chris, I trust this book will awaken Wait, what? I trust this book will awaken memories that we shared on our father and son journey through the solar system, guided by Carl. Love, Dad. My dad's got really good handwriting. And then he wrote just a bunch of notes right here from the Voyager spacecraft, when it was launched, all that stuff. So yeah, my dad was really into this, and he would teach me all this. And anyway, I have a favorite page from this book. That's the whole reason I just grabbed it right now. I think it was 277 or something, if I remember right. All right, no. Oh, and I always like that picture too. This is supposedly, allegedly, Earth from Moon. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna find the picture. Oh, and I also really like this picture too, and I believe that's from Pluto. Like, imagine being on Pluto right now and you're looking out in the ice caves like that. The only thing I could think of, I would just sit there and stare at that and be like, wow, I'm so far from home. Nobody's going to rescue me. Like, it's so cold here. Oh my God, this is scary. Like, I'm on Pluto. Anyway, I would just sit here like for hours and just look at these pictures. Here it is. So this is also kind of has a little bit to do with the story that I'm telling you of the videos. But this is the last days on Earth. So this is obviously a conceptual drawing from an artist of the very last days on Earth. So this would be the last perfect day on Earth right here. Everything's fine. It's a nice day. Unfortunately, there's probably not going to be any humans. This is like 15 billion years from now. And then shortly after that, well, not shortly, but then after that last perfect day, this one right here, the atmosphere starts to go away. The sun is about to use up all of its energy, and our sun is too small to do a supernova, so it's probably going to just do a nova. And then all the atmosphere is gone, all the oceans have dried up, and then here it is with just like the sun has turned into like a red dwarf or a nova, and then that's it. Earth is no more able to sustain any life, and that's really profound. It's really in the future. I'm not trying to make anybody feel like this is way, you can't even fathom how far away this is. Anyway, so back to the video, the YouTube video that I watched, and it just went way into the future, way into the future. It started saying like, okay, the Earth is now swallowed up by the sun, gone, trillions of years in the future. We're talking trillions. This is unfathomable. This is a long time. It goes, all these things happen. A lot of the stars either collide with black holes, supernovas, trillions and trillions and trillions of years in the future after that. It's crazy, just everything. Black holes collapse in on themselves, form a big, huge black hole. Most of the matter in the universe is now gone. But let me it goes on for a little bit, for like 20 minutes. And at the very end, I'm going to read you the last thing that they say. And for me, it was so profound that I had to write it down, and I even tried to memorize it. I haven't looked at it in a little bit, but here we go. Ready? Trillions and trillions. Yeah. Here we go. This is what they say. 1,000 trillion, 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 trillion. That's a lot of trillions. That's unfathomable. We cannot fathom that. Years from now, that many years from now, The very last remnants of the very last stars will decay to nothing. Everything will reach the same temperature. The story of the universe finally comes to an end. For the very first time in its life, the universe will become permanent and unchanging. Entropy finally stops increasing because the cosmos cannot get any more disordered. This is the most profound sentence at the very end. Nothing happens, and it keeps not happening forever. Whoa. So I had to write that down. That's very profound. Somebody asked me once to tell them something profound, and my mind went blank. But there you go. That's profound. And the other thing that comes to mind was Carl Sagan's pale blue dot speech, and when he says the part where in our obscurity and all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. So it's up to us. Anyway, that's Carl Sagan is depressing. I disagree. No one's been on the moon since. Yeah, there's a whole documentary on Netflix about the last man on the moon. And it was pretty interesting. Whether you believe we were on the moon or not, it's still a pretty cool documentary. But, wow, the smell of this book has reminded me of nostalgia. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. So, what do I do now? Do I label my stream Late Night with Carl Sagan? I think that whenever people are, because obviously people do this from the beginning of time, but when people are disagreeing and fighting with each other and hating and all this, like, I really like to watch the Pale Blue Dot speech because it gives us perspective of like who we are and what we are and the meaning and all of that. And it's like, after watching that, like, how can you hate other people? How can you fight with other people? Like, this is our time. We're here for a very glimpse of a fraction of time. Like, don't spend it like that. Yeah, the Pale Blue Dot by Carl Sagan. It's I've literally watched it over 100 times, and there's one that is my there's actually one that's my favorite, and I'll link it for you guys. They actually took it down, but I downloaded it and reposted it. I just want to find the right one real quick.
It's different.
That's not the right one.
Live TV from 70 plus channels.
It's giving me an ad. Hang on one second. Oh, it's giving me another ad. I got 2 ads on this one. Come on. This is definitely not it either. You know what? I have it. I uploaded it myself. So why don't I show you mine? I can't play it because I'll get demonetized, but I can at least try to.
Never heard of.
Oh, this is it right here. Okay. This is not mine, but here we go. If you guys want to watch this later on, watch this. Listen to every word he says. Think about it. And there you go. That's what I like to watch very often. But also, I really, really like the song playing. And that's the song that I decided I wanted to learn to play piano so I could play that song. So I went grocery shopping today. I went to a few different stores actually. And you guys will be able to see that tomorrow afternoon when I post the video. Good tip there. Call in a store before to find out when they get their trucks in. But not just when they get their trucks in, when they're going to actually take that stuff and restock. Yeah, Cosmos is great. The original. Yeah, we're getting there too, Glitter. We're getting towards the lockdown. Everything's closing. We have 2 confirmed cases here now. Hey. Well, I don't know. What time is it? It's 4. 4 here on the East Coast. Yeah, I agree, Rose. I agree with you. I really like the original Cosmos. You know, just seeing it brings back a lot of memories too. My dad has that Cosmos record, and he used to play it for us when we were little. So when I hear those songs, it's just like nostalgia. And he's got home movies of us too when we were little, listening to it. I could probably pull them up for you guys some point. Cold Amy soup out of the can. Actually, I've done that before. It's not bad. I totally started going on a rant about space and everything for a little bit, guys. I hope you guys liked it or not. We got to talk about something other than what's going on, right? Sometimes. Trying to think what else I wanted to talk about. Is there anything else you guys want me to talk about? Well, thank you. I like to try to talk about it. I don't want to talk about boring things, that's for sure, because nobody's going to be watching if I do that. I do too. I really wish Amy's would go completely vegan. Like Morningstar, which is supposed to go completely vegan by next year. Does my dad believe in the moon landing? Absolutely. When I tried to tell him that it might be fake, he didn't want anything to do with it. But he grew up in that time, so he, and he loved space and astronomy and all that stuff. So he was, all into it. My parents, they're doing good, although they weren't listening to me. They were going. My mom tells me, she goes, "Oh yeah, we're listening to you. Today we went to Aldi to get some stuff, and yesterday we went." I'm like, "Mom, you got to stop doing that. Don't go out. Like, if you need anything, I'll get it for you. Don't go out anymore." So. Yeah, Rebecca, I do that too. I put salsa on everything, but I don't like hot salsa. I like mild. Can I talk about going to Mockingbird? No, I have no idea when I'm going back there. There's a lot going on right now. I don't think I have time to go out there. I don't think it's smart to go out there right now either. I did not major in astronomy. I love science, so I went to school for criminal justice, okay? But I love science. Like, I could have had a minor in biology, but I just took too many different science courses. But my problem was I hate math, okay? So when I went to University of Florida, I wanted to take all these science classes, and they're like, you don't have to take these classes. You can just get like a Bachelor of Arts and take an easy sociology class. I'm like, no, I like science. I want to take science. So I got a Bachelor's of Science. Um, I did awesome in biology. I love biology. It was one of my favorite courses, just knowing everything about like the human body. And I was like trying to formulate like theories and stuff 20 years ago that actually they're talking about now. And when I heard people talking about some of the things that I had ideas for 20 years ago, I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I was talking about this 20 years ago. Um, Talking about the possibility of increasing a lifespan with doing if you could get your telomeres to not shorten and then burn out to nothing, possibly being able to live a lot longer or forever, unless you get hit by a truck. But anyways, yeah. So my problem was, I loved science, so I'm like, I want to take astronomy, and I've never done. I want to do chemistry, but chemistry kind of got me. I understood all the concepts, but I couldn't do the math. I sucked at math. My brother's a genius at math. He's like, he tutors people at math and stuff. He's like got a master's in it or something. He's good. But not me. I suck at math. So I didn't end up getting a minor in that. I settled for a degree that I don't even use anymore. I don't think I really ever used it. But oh, nice, Jennifer. I love science. I need to hire somebody to do the math for me. I'm like, we're gonna do this. Ready? Do the math. I'll get Goodwill Hunting to do that. Hey Marina, what's up? Drats. Now that's a word I haven't heard in a long time. Yeah, I feel like I can do math if I do math every day, but when I don't do math every day, I can't do math. Matt Damon. I did see Elysium with Matt Damon. Do I watch the vids by Smarter every day? It sounds familiar, and I think I have seen some, but I don't watch those every day, even though Smarter Every Day does. No. I do believe I know what you're talking about. But no, I haven't seen one in a while. I think I was checking those out for, oh, what was it? It was a while ago. Probably 6 or 8 months ago. I was looking up something, and I watched a bunch of those videos. How much did college cost? Too much. Um, I did all student loans. I did it all myself, no help from anyone. I didn't go to any real fancy. I didn't do any like crazy schools or have any help, so I did all financial aid and stuff like that, loans, student loans. I went to University of Florida for a year, and then I finished at John Jay. And before that, I started at a community college, which I feel like I learned the most from a small little community college than I did from one of the biggest universities in the country. So, not an Ivy League or anything, I'm not saying that, but I think University of Florida is one of the biggest. I believe at least it was when I was going there. I don't know if it changed or not. I should do videos responding to hate comments. I need to start saving them. Yeah, maybe that would be fun. Because I have a bunch of them out there that I just don't know where to find them right now. I feel like I spent all this money on college, which, I mean, it wasn't that much money, but, you know, I still have my student debt that doesn't seem like it's ever going down. Yeah, there are 80 people in here, Linda. Probably some of them did go to sleep, but we definitely don't have 80 people chatting. I think some people just turn it on in the background, or I don't know. Some of them are spies for the government. My voice is very soothing. Did I put everyone to sleep? What if I just changed it real quick and I was like the Wicked Witch of the West? Well, we got a lot of people are... All right, we're going to do a roll call. Everybody, let's see how many people. I need somebody to count them all because I don't feel like counting. Everybody, let's give me a roll call. Just type anything. Just do a dot if you want. Is everybody awake? Everybody's awake. I think a lot of people are just like... I mean, I watch live streams sometimes where I never say a word. I just type it. Can you guys hear that? There's a knocking coming from the walls. What could it be? Is it Old Man Withers? Oh, I don't know. It's probably just Indy the pup. I can't count because I'm bad at math and stuff. Yeah, we got lots of people here. No, it was Indy. That's Z. No, wait. Zeke's right down here. Indy's right there. I was saying, I didn't tell you to come over here. I was telling the people at home that it was Indy. Go lay down. Go in your bed. It's time to go to bed. Puppy power. Oh, rabbit. I'm not doing the Wicked Witch voice because I'll be waking everybody up. Yeah, Josh is sleeping. It's probably good because he needed to get some sleep. He's got to work tomorrow. All right, so we got a bunch of people on. I'm trying to think of a fun story I can tell you guys, preferably from my past because I can't tell you one from the future or the present because we're sitting here right now. So obviously it's got to be from the past, but you know what I mean. Always trying to. I don't know. What can I tell you guys? Any other questions? Does anybody want to know anything else that I can? A good late night radio voice. You know what? We need to. I think it would help this if I have a radio voice, which I don't think I have, but I always wanted since I was a little kid. Then maybe what if we had some guests on the show, and we talked about stuff, right? Would that be fun? How about my time in Florida? Well, I went to University of Florida. I lived I lived in this apartment complex, just a cheap one, nothing fancy or nice. And right next to me was Tom Petty's brother. And I believe Tom Petty is from Gainesville as well. I never saw him, but I saw his brother. He had a lot of plants, like more than Rachin plants. And I would play EverQuest a lot. I wouldn't do anything socially, so I was probably safe during, if this happened back then, because I would stay inside and just play EverQuest. And then on days that I had to go to school, I would go out front and get on the bus and go to school. And as soon as school was done, I'd come home. Boom. I was in, well, my major at that point was criminology, which ended up changing to criminal justice. But I was in this one class, and we had to do either an internship with the local police department or go on which would only be like 1 or 2 nights or a day, or we would have to go to visit this prison where that I don't remember what his name was. It was the serial killer. There was a serial killer before I went there that killed a bunch of people on campus at the university I went to. And I think they ended up planting like palm trees for each one that got killed, if I remember right. And I think there was like 7 or 8 of them. I could be wrong. But I don't remember what his name is or what he was called. Maybe the Gainesville Killer. I'm sure you could look him up. Definitely not Ted Bundy. Gainesville Killer way after Ted Bundy's time. But he was there. By the way, I remember the day they executed Ted Bundy. I was driving in the car. I was too young to drive. I was riding in the car while my mom was driving. I don't remember what year. Was it like 1986 or something? Anyway, I was with my mom. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. So we could either go on this field trip to this prison and see this serial killer. I didn't do that. Everyone else did. Not everyone else, but a lot of people. I did the internship. So I met with we got some people there. We got some people there logging off probably because we're talking about serial killers. Have a good night if you have to go. So I did the ride along with the police officer. So I went there and I dressed all nice, like a nice dress shirt, and had a little folder with me to take notes. And I went there early in the morning, and this guy looked like a really weathered veteran police officer. Well, because he was. So I got in the car with him, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he was like a nice stocky dude. Like you could tell he's seen some stuff, and he's like, he used to be. He basically, for his retirement years, I guess he got a job with the Gainesville police because it was a lot easier than where he came from. He was an LA police officer, LAPD, for a long time. So I got in the car with him. And, he's like, "Oh, how's it going?" and everything. And then we got in the car and we started driving. And we weren't even half a mile away from the police station when he got a call over the radio. And he's like, "Oh, I forget what he says. Blah, 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 another number. And then he put his pen right there and turns around. Maybe he didn't put his pen there, but that just is, I don't know. But anyways, he turns his car around and he's like, "We got to go back to the station." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Have you ever been in trouble before?" And I'm like, "No." Then we get back in the station. And we go in there. And then he goes back around. He goes, "You wait right here." And then he goes back around. And then he comes over. He goes, "You got any tattoos on your arm?" I go, "No, I don't have any tattoos on my arm." And he's like, "Okay, stay right here." And he goes back in the other room. And he comes back out. And he's like, were you in Miami in like 93 or something? And I'm like, nope, I've never been to Miami, and I've never been to Florida in 1993 in my life. And he went back, and he come back. He goes, all right, well, you came back as a match or something. He's like, can I see your shoulder? And I'm like, I'm wearing like a dress shirt and a tie, okay? And he's like, can I see your shoulder? They thought that I was somebody else for whatever reason, somebody that committed like a grand larceny or something and was running from the police from back in 1992. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is getting kind of weird. Like, so I ended up showing him, like, I have no tattoos on my body except for right here. Like, I have nothing, you know? And he shows me this picture. I'm like, that's not me. And so anyway, I had to go home. He said I had to go home, and then I went to school the next time I had to go to school, to that one class that we had to go to where I had to do this internship from. And looking back on it now, remember, I'm not the same person now that I was then. I was way more like reserved and not laid back, but very shy, you know, than I am now. So I didn't really stick up for myself as much as I would now. Okay. So first of all, I didn't know what to say. I felt really like, you know, I'm just basically a kid that was pretty sheltered, that had moved to Florida to go to school and, you know, living on my own. So I get back into class, and the end of that classroom, the teacher starts talking about something, like, and she says something like, you know, when people here, you know, in class have to go to, you know, to do things, like they need to be very honest with what they're doing and not lie to people. And she looked right at me, and she's like, and when you're lying to people and you're hiding stuff, it's not good. And she looked right at me, to the point where everybody in the class was looking at me, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you saying this? Like, I didn't say anything. I was just like in shock. And like when class ended, she's like, I need to see you, you know? And like, I went up to her, and I was like very embarrassed, for one. And I went up to her, and I'm like, I need to talk to you. So I didn't want to do it in front of anybody else. So she's like, all right, well, meet me in my office, whatever. So I met her in her office, and I was like, look, she's like, and she tells me, she goes, they said that you were dishonest, and you had this and that. And I'm like, I was like almost in tears. I was like, I don't know what to say, but like, they thought I was somebody else. I never did anything that they said, and it made it sound like they thought I was like a suspect or a criminal. They turned around. I went there to do my ride along, and they ended up making me go home, and they thought I was some person that like you know, robbed something in Miami, and I have never even been to Miami. To this day, I've never been in Miami. I've been close to Miami when I went on the vegan cruise a couple of years ago, but I've never even been to Miami. And at the time, I had never even been to Florida. So like, I don't know what they're talking about. And like, finally she like realized it, but like, what kind of teacher does that? Like, calls a student out like that, not even knowing the facts or anything, in front of everybody. Like if that was me now, she'd have a few more words than what actually transpired. And I probably would have went to the head of the school and said, this is unacceptable. But I was just like, I didn't know what to say. I thought there was a conspiracy against me, like that they were trying to, you know, get me or something. And like, I'm like, dude, like, this is crazy. Anyway, I don't remember all the details of what, but yeah, it was weird. So yeah, that was one experience I had there. I left there after a year. I was going to go there and like, you know, finish school there, but I decided to leave. And the funny thing is I was there at the same time as Brian, the vegan black metal chef, was there. But we didn't know each other at the time, but we were both at that school at the same time. Kind of funny. So, yeah. Oh, battery exhausted. Let's change that battery. I'll be right back with the battery, guys. Don't worry. Oh, there you go. I was on that battery like people are on toilet paper these days. Yeah, I had a lot of similar experiences, Rose. I can't talk about a lot of them, but yeah, let me think. Let me see some of the stories that I can tell about Florida. I have videos too of Florida that I should just like play for you guys sometime. See you later. See you later, Marvel. DC Marvel. Which one do you like better? So you got both of them. You see. The thing about Florida is nobody's from Florida. They're all from a different part that they came to Florida. Why do you keep walking around? Why don't you lay down? Lay down and go to sleep. Your brother's a Gemini, so it makes sense to me. Wait, what makes sense? I've never been to Vegas. The vegan black metal chef actually just moved back to Orlando from LA. Just this week, this past week. What happened to him? Nothing. He just doesn't do videos as much. He rarely ever does videos anymore. Have a good night, or have a good day, Sandra. Thanks for watching. What time is it anyway? It's 4:30. You've been to Vegans 3 times with your parents? Is there a place called Vegans? What was I gonna say? Oh, no, I gotta think of another story from Florida. Okay. I gotta think of a story that I can tell, because I can think of a lot of stories. There's a lot of licking going on behind me. Geminis are outgoing and talkative. See, I'm the opposite of that. But I try to be talkative when I'm coming here, because what's the point of me coming on here if I'm not talkative? So this is like, I had to work up to this, guys, because I'm an Aquarius. I don't know if that means anything. I honestly don't. Probably doesn't mean anything. But I'm normally an introvert. So it took a long time for me to be able to come on here and talk in front of you guys and not overthink it later on and hate myself, like, what did I say? Stuff like that. Aquarius are moody and artistic. I haven't heard that one before, but okay. All right. If nobody's going to ask a question, then I got to think of one. From Florida. There wasn't any vegan places back then when I went there. I went there in 2000 to 2001. And then that was it. Gang stalking? What do you mean by that? For like, you know, when they gang initiations, when they have to go do something bad to get initiated, so they stalk somebody and then, or the I don't think it's an urban legend. I think it's really happened before, where they drive in nighttime with their lights off, and the first person to flash them they go after. So you can surf in Florida. I've never surfed before because I don't like the water. I like pools, but I don't like ponds and rivers and oceans, and I just don't like that. I'm trying to think of some Florida things, and I can only think of bad things that happen there. We have a video. We found this. I don't know. I've never seen one since, but it's a fold-up briefcase picnic table, and we we did a stupid little video once where my friends. I had this like Hi8 camcorder that I bought at a pawn shop, mainly for like skateboarding videos, but we also did like stupid little videos, and my friend found some like it like the pawn shop, some like those wooden carved clogs, those shoes you put on, totally not comfortable, but he put those on, and we went into a grocery store late at night, and they bought some ice cream, and then we went out in the parking lot, and we opened up the briefcase picnic table and sat down and started eating ice cream. How about the drowning story? It's not Florida, but it's good. Drowning. What drowning story? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm kind of lost here on some of these questions. Sunburns in Florida. Yeah, I burn really, really bad too. So I didn't enjoy going out in the daytime. So it was hot enough at night. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a night owl. I would go out skateboard with my friends at night. You know, that was fun. Like I used to skate all the time. A sunrise, more like sunsets. You know, I don't. I mean, I've seen some pretty nice sunrises, but I don't think in Florida I did. But I was right on like one of the best rated beaches in the entire country, Siesta Key. But I hate the beach, so that meant nothing to me. I feel like there's more conversations going on in the chat than actually with me. I feel like I just want to read your guys' stuff. I'll just be quiet. Wait, what's the strangest liquid you use to cook food? The strangest liquid I use to cook food. I don't know. I make like a liquidy miso paste when I want to cook different things. So I don't know if that's strange though. Yeah, so same here, Jennifer. I get bad sunburn, so I try not to. If you saw me at the event in California, the Eat Drink Vegan a couple years ago, it was 94. I had like a Snapchat of it, or not a Snapchat, an Instagram snap of it, and it was like 94 degrees out, and I was wearing my full hoodie with my hood up because there was no shade anywhere. It was like the beating sun, like on desert, pretty much. It was at the Rose Bowl, and there was no shade, and I got to the point where like sunscreen would not work. I covered my whole body and hands with my hoodie over this, and like, yeah, it was bad. And I had my hair down so it wouldn't burn the back of my neck, which I guess is good that I have long hair for that. What's my favorite fungus? Probably the one in Super Mario Brothers 3, because I don't like to eat it. I do own, and I do occasionally use my Instapot. I have a few videos on it too. I love you. Is that to me or someone else? I feel like I'm interrupting other people's conversations. I don't mean to interrupt. Marina is leaving? Oh, thanks for hanging out with us, Marina. I don't see Marina as often anymore. Our other moderator. You're not buying any more must-have appliances. Gomez, me, Chris. It's mainly the texture, but the last one I actually tried, I didn't like the taste either. I had to spit it out. So the best concert I've been to and why. I went to see one of my favorite bands, the Gloria record, and it was amazing. I had chills. And the second one, I saw him twice, and the second time I recorded it. It's on my YouTube channel. And when it got to a certain point of one of my favorite songs, I couldn't even hold the camera still. I'm shaking because like they're one of my favorite bands. And if anybody caught John's live stream yesterday when he was playing music for everybody, he plays one of their songs there. They were in a couple different bands, but he's the singer of the Gloria record and the singer of Mineral, and he played the Mineral song. So yeah, my all-time favorite band is the Cure, but I've never seen them live. Although my brothers have seen them live many times. See, I could have gone and seen them live with my brothers, but I'm like don't like to go on to crowds like that. So I'm like so reluctant whenever there's a concert. But when I finally get dragged to something, like I end up liking. Like so, another thing that's very rare for me is like to find a band where like I like every single song, because there's a lot of songs I don't like of certain bands and a lot of songs I do. But going to see the Gloria record play like every single song I loved. I hope that answered your question. You cooked an energy drink. Okay. That doesn't sound very good. I've never had an energy drink. Late night DJ on the show. Is that might not be a compliment. Unless we're talking like something like Art Bell, then I gotcha. But if we're like some shiesty, like, I can only be on after hours because yes. Oh, I love Spiritualized. I love the song Float in Space and Drift in Time. I don't like, okay, so Radiohead for me, I think I like maybe 2 songs, and like everybody that I know loves them, and I don't. There are a couple songs I like by Radiohead, But then something about them, like in their newer stuff, which when I say newer, old for most people, but from when I first started listening to them, I just didn't like. But I really like Fake Plastic Trees. Probably because it was an skate video. So a lot of the music that I learned about growing up was like from skate videos that I would watch. But you know what I love? I love Mogwai. I love Mogwai, and I also love Explosions in the Sky. If we're talking about stuff like that. My absolute favorite song would be a Plain Song by The Cure. Tom York is an alien genius. Wait a minute, I thought Moby was the alien genius. You tried Mogwai, but you never. So I really love the song Fear Satan, and I actually made a video to it. Because when I hear music, like I start thinking of videos that I want to make and how they would go to the music and everything. So that song right there, it starts out nice and mellow, and then it gets pretty like, intense, and it's 15 minutes long. It's no singing, all instrumental, and I used to go running to it. So if I knew that I ran through the whole song, I ran for 15 minutes. But it would get really, really intense. But I've also said that I don't listen to music when I run, so that was a long time ago. I don't listen to any music now when I run. I like to know my surroundings. Anyway, so it gets really intense, and then it kind of calms down, and then it gets very somber and almost to nothing, and it's so calm and peaceful at the very end. And I made a video. I should redo the video now that I have way more footage, but I made this video probably 15 years ago of all the footage that I had, and I made it of my life, and I did it from reverse chronological order because I had everything to the point where my dad took home movies of me when I was a little baby. So what I did was I started the video out of just me hanging out with some friends, skateboarding, hanging out with more friends and everything, and it gets really intense, and we're skateboarding, and I've got friends like, jumping off of waterfalls and all kinds of crazy stuff, and then it gets more somber, and then it goes to a new part of the song where it's more mellow, and then it gets to the point where my dad's filming me as a little kid, probably as like 9, 10, 11, 12 with my brothers and sister, and then it gets to the point where now I'm a real little kid. I'm like 2 or 3 years old, just learning how to walk and waving at the camera, and like then I'm like even younger when it's like really getting pretty somber now, and like just woodwind instruments, and I'm sitting in my high chair with like food all over my face, and I'm waving to the camera. And then at the very end, I love the end, it's almost like nothing. It's just like, I don't know what instrument they're using, but it's just so mellow at the end. And as the song ends, I got a clip that my dad took of my mom flying a kite with a really awesome sunset, the clouds all orange and everything. She's flying a kite, and she's pregnant for me. And then it ends. So I thought that was really cool that I have all that footage in the first place, because my dad's awesome, and he took all these movies ever since I was born. So our gym's closed. So just when I started going to the gym every night, it closes. And Josh just signed us up for like another membership too. One where they had like a rock climbing wall. I was so excited, and now we can't go. Oh, man. Yeah, kind of like a Benjamin Button kind of thing before Benjamin Button. Yeah, I think that song goes perfect with it. So, but I would love to redo it, because I did it from the movies I had at that point, but I have so much more now. Josh keeps losing his money from the virus. Kinda. No, I think anything like this they would credit or refund. And I'm still not giving up on that VRBO. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. You can tell this is an Aspen because of the way it is. I think that they will. They never give they should. They should definitely honor that. I'm so glad. I was about to just join a gym and I didn't. I've been going on Josh's buddy pass. You got it, Linda. The one time I did join a gym, I did get scammed. I actually only went I think one time, and then I moved. I moved to Washington, D.C., and I was trying to get out of that contract for 2 years I paid. And I'm like, look, I don't even live in the same state. You need to cancel my membership. But, yeah, I don't have any playlist or anything either. I actually don't have anything like that. All I have is I have old iPods from a long time ago in my car. So I haven't had any new updated music on that, but then there's nothing else to say. Rose says, I have gym phobia, much rather run or hike in nature. Yeah, I always have been like that too, but just recently I've been making myself go to the gym, basically because it's been so cold here and I hate running in the snow and the ice, and it's too cold for my lungs. So I started going there, and not to say that I haven't worked out. I've always preferred to work out at home, not at a gym, not around other people and all that. But lately I've been trying to make that happen, because I can't get the results I need, that I want, with just doing pull-ups and push-ups here at home. And I don't have a gym here either. Yeah, because I've been doing calisthenics for the past 8 years, so I've stayed in shape, but not really put on any muscle. Hey Ash, how's it going? I'm hungry now. 5 a.m. Oh wow, it's almost 5 a.m. right now. All right, Candace. Well, thanks for watching, and have a good night, day, whatever. I know this is a late stream for a lot of you guys out there. I should probably get going too, although I'm not tired and I could keep telling stories all night. $350 people infected and nothing's closed. That's kind of weird. Wow. Well, if they're not closing schools and stuff, more people are just going to get it. I don't do yoga. Oh, I'll get my sleep. I'll get my sleep. You like to hear stories about the virus. Well, I'm sure there'll be more of those coming, just because it's happening. Good morning and night and stuff. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like this is the zombie virus. and we don't want to get it. So we're trying to avoid it, stay safe, and so every day is like a new little challenge for me. That's how I see it. I try not to worry. I try not to panic. I don't try. I just don't. I don't worry or panic because there's no reason for it. But I don't know. I just try to make things fun and interesting. I guess I've always done that. Is everybody trying to tell me to cut the stream off? Tell me this. Are there somebody out there that like you don't want to leave until like I stop it? So if that's the case, then I'll get going. Well, I have to upload my video. I have to upload my video that I promised you guys. So that will I'll set it to go up around probably, you guys want to do 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means I can get some sleep and then wake up in time to be on the premiere with you guys. I'll set an alarm. What time is it now? It's 5. Yeah. Oh, I just yawned. You programmed your immune system. Awesome. So you can be on the zombie survival team with us. Oh, there you go, Martino. That's a good one. Walking your dogs with a stream in your ear. That's cool. I wish I could stream like that too, because I'd walk my dogs while we streamed. We've only been on for... Okay, let's do it. So... All right, I'm gonna get off in at 3 o'clock, which gives us another 6.5 minutes. All right. I usually just fast when I go to sleep, and then I don't usually eat right when I wake up, so I'll wait till a little bit later. I don't know. It all depends. Like normally, I wouldn't eat like before I ate tonight, but I didn't really eat much because I was shooting video all day, and as soon as I got home, we went out to lunch. You'll see in the video what we ate for lunch, but that's the only thing I really ate. And then when we got home, I had to come right up here and start editing the video. And then as soon as I was done the video, I came on here with you guys, so I had a bowl of cereal. So I really haven't ate too much, so I am kind of hungry. So I don't know. I might go look for a snack or something, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just go to sleep. Same here, man. That's what I've done all my life, Wahida. If I'm hungry, I eat. And if I'm not hungry, I usually don't eat. Oh, another yawn. Good night, Piper. Good night, Janelle. Good night, everyone else. I'll wait a couple more minutes. We got 5 more minutes. Anybody got a crazy, unique question for me in the next 5 minutes? Go. That's what's going to happen. I'm gonna think of a story that's going to take me a half an hour to tell. We got to get more stories from my dad. But I can't go visit him right now because of everything that's going on, so I want to just keep my distance. Yeah, there's no toilet paper here either anywhere. I've been to like 7 different stores, and they're sold out of everything. And you will see that in my video too. Do I think all boxes from Amazon should be sanitized? I just don't know how they would be able to do that, because even at the last point of delivery, it could be contaminated. So I think that's impossible, really. Favorite Explosions in the Sky song? Guess. I would say 2 of them. There's 2 of them. If you can guess one, I'll say yes or no. You got to guess my favorite Explosions in the Sky song. Yeah, there is. Toilet Paper Apocalypse. Nobody would believe you if you said that 2 weeks ago or a month ago. They'd be like, yeah, right. No. You love the Nooch, Jorge. I'm actually running pretty low. Has anybody seen that Nooch commercial that I'm in? Yeah, I am, but I didn't give permission to be in it. There's a Nutrilicious commercial that they use me on, and everybody's like messaging me that, and like I never gave permission for them to do that, which means they're making money off of me. You got to look it up under Nutrilicious. We have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. All right, Tracy. Well, good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, the rest of the stream, we're going to do a staring contest. Ready, go. Oh, I already blanked. Usually I'm good at that, but there was something in my eye. I think it was a zombie virus. I don't know. Boom. Okay, I'm going to get going 1 minute early. Thanks, everybody, for being on the stream. Marmaduke, you were right. First breath after the coma, but the other one is snow and lights. So you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.